Welcome, everyone. I'm Larry Schwartz with Pool Action TV, and we're back with another K-ball match. And I love this game. I love this game. And joining us is Ray Hansen.
Hey, Larry.
Hey, Ray. Hey.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun for sure, and all offense, which is interesting here. And so we've got. I was going to ask. We got the couch packed back over here. I was going to ask everybody if they want to get out of the camera view. Go sit over there.
That's good. That's good. But what a great game it is.
It's good. They'll start piling in here soon, as they usually do as the match progresses. We've got some great matches going on downstairs in the tournament right now too. They're playing down to the final two on the 9-ball right now. So,
are they down to the final two? They had 36 about 2 hours ago.
Okay, I'll say it one more time, Larry. They're playing down to the final two tonight.
I got you. I got you.
So that's going to be all the finals will be tomorrow.
Yeah, I like that they did that. So, but let me explain this game here. Now, Roberto Gomez is going to break. It's a rack of rotation, 1 in front, 8 in the middle. Those are the only things on the criteria of how they rack. If Gomez makes a ball on the break or 2 balls, he gets 1 point for every ball. And he did make a ball, I believe, and he has ball in hand now on the 1. If he shouldn't have made a ball on the break, John Morra would have ball in hand. So it looks like John Morra has. He came up dry. I didn't see that 5 ball. Now you get 1 point for every ball you make. Mm-hmm. You must call your shot.
Right.
3 fouls, which probably will never happen.
Well, hold on, Larry. You call your pocket, not your shot. So So if it goes at 3 rails and you miss it, it bounces around the table 8 times and goes in the same pocket. It's still good. But you have to call
exactly.
The pocket.
Yeah. Exactly. And this is our 3rd K-ball match of the week. We started out with Oscar Dominguez, Roland Garcia, also all 200-point matches. Roland Garcia came up on top 200-92, but then we had Shane Van Boning and Roberto Gomez. Roberto Gomez got beat 200-195, and that was an exciting match.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So, perfect, you run the rack, you just break again. The highest run in this game so far was done by Jose Perica many years ago, 49 points. It looked like Roland Garcia was going to threaten that run, and he ran 30-something, I believe, but not sure exactly how much. But we'll try to keep track of that, too, because we need to, keep track of what kind of run they are on at the end of each rack.
All right, this will give John 3 now. There we go. We got the score update. Wait, he might have missed, Larry. What?
Oh, man. That's right. 4 1/8-inch pockets here in this Aramith action room.
That's right. He's not in Kansas anymore.
And the table has gotten some play on it since they've been here for quite a few days.
Yeah, that's right. It's tightened up. But what's he going to do with the 4 ball here? Oh, he's going to make the 13.
And he's got to hit it softly, Ray, right, to make sure he maintains the 4 for a shot on the bottom left on the 4.
Right, and then he's got to get to the 5, so it's going to be tricky here. I'm not sure what he's going to do with his 5. Maybe billiard the 8 ball into the side pocket, possibly. Come off the 5, hit the 8 into the 15 ball right into the side pocket.
Yeah, he'd like to be able to bank it cross side, but I think he got too straight on this 4 ball. Where it's sitting, Ray, I think the cross side is going to be his best option, whether it's crossing over it or if he could get up higher, but I don't think he can.
Oh, he miscued. All right.
Wow. Now that's going to be Okay, it wasn't ball. It's ball in hand,
Mhm.
but it's not a foul because the cue ball came back to the rail after it hit the 4.
Well, I mean, it's always ball in hand. So
No, but he would have lost a point in case that
Right.
ball, the cue ball, didn't skin the rail.
that is true. We're going to be bringing in the originator of this game. It's his brainchild here, Danny Kirkendall, will be coming in here in just a little bit and can talk in great detail about this game. He's ran several tournaments with this out at his pool hall in Southern California, Danny K's. All right, he's playing the billiard off the. Oh, hold on, we got a replay going here. We'll get that fixed here.
Yeah, we'll get the score updated in a second. Yeah, yeah. All right, John Morra now. He has actually he has 4-2. So we'll get that score updated. Okay. He has a combination on this 6-12. Wow.
All right,
Miss
so
hit there, ball in hand.
okay, we'll see what Gomez can get done here. Things are opening up a little bit, and this is where we see.
Okay, I'm going to step away 1 second, right?
Okay, Larry. This is where we see players make some great strides here when they get when the table starts freeing up a little bit. Joey from Jersey popping in there. Okay, here comes for the 7 ball. And the 8's way over here, though, and that's a problem for Gomez. Oh, okay. Well, Roberto got a little funny. He got straight on that 7 ball, and he had to force it over for the 8, and it caused him to miss. And now John Moore is right back in action, trying to close out this first rack here. John with 4 currently, now 5. And he came over nicely for the 8. This is John's first time to play this game. Roberto, as Larry mentioned, played Shane Van Boening the other night on this, so he's got a little advantage with the experience on some of the strategy. But just about all of us are still getting our head wrapped around this different strategies here. right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple of audio issues here. We'll get those done here in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we got our sound figured out there, and Lucky Larry also back with us. Welcome back, Larry.
Hey, Ray, and not only am I back, Ray, the founder of this game is back, Danny K.
Hey.
Danny, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. Thanks, Larry. This is a little bit odd for me. I'm doing this from my house, from my home. So, but it's all good. It's great. It's great.
Yeah. Well, great.
I know John Morra is playing some great pool lately too.
Yeah, great having you with us, Danny.
Thank you, Ray.
Yeah, you're coming in a little loud there, just letting you know. And John Moore is set to break the second rack here. That first one went back and forth a little bit.
Okay, yeah, that's the most I've ever seen anything go up and back in this match.
Well, it was the first rack also there.
Notice how he breaks right-handed, does everything left-handed except for maybe use the bridge and jump. Wow, that'll get it right there. Yeah, that'll get it.
He got one down, and everything's available, really.
Two is funny.
Yeah, it is. Might go on the side. I'm sorry, Danny. Go ahead.
Well, there's a little problem on the right side of the table. Some of the balls are a bit, close together. So the two balls are a little bit funny, like 30%. So it's interesting to see what he's going to do with this.
All right, here we go. Did he let us see that two ball? Did it go in the side? All right.
That's a very nice shot. I understand John is playing very good pool lately. I think he came in second in the Bigfoot.
Yeah, that's correct.
That's amazing. That's a real feat with all the great players that were in that.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, he actually seemed like he finished fairly high in everything he played in. He's really playing well.
And I like how he bumped a 5 out into the open right there.
And this is where being able to play with both hands is going to come in handy, because him shooting this right-handed is going to be no problem for John.
Well, he originally played right-handed, isn't that right? And then he switched to left-handed. Got pretty good on that 4-ball. When he's that 14 ball, let's kind of stay out of the way, and it did. He got a pretty good roll there.
All right, he's the 16.
All right, John's making a nice run here.
He sure is.
Yeah, and also, so I'm sorry, Danny. I just noticed we did not move the last rack over as we are supposed to. So we're supposed to keep the ball should say.
Oh yeah.
The ball should say what
It
current.
was 12-3.
12-3 is exactly.
Okay.
12-3, and he's continued to run balls. So he is on a. I'm not sure how many balls he ran in the first rack.
He didn't have too much of a run. They switched up and back. They took turns.
I see. Okay, so he didn't just count the balls on the table and see how many.
Yeah.
I think he's got 8 in this rack.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting the scoreboard squared away here, and we'll have that up to date here in just a second while John Morra continues his run. So far, he is the only one's pocketed balls on this rack, and that he's currently at 9. If you're just joining us, this is Ray Hansen, your host, and we've got, look at this.
Wow.
Oh man, that was an uncharacteristic miss there from John.
Yeah, it sure was, and this is where
he's.
the player has an opportunity to really put some balls together if he can get this rack cleaned up, and he can continue with another break and run. He can really score high.
Well, it puts a lot of pressure on the player at the table to not miss, especially if the person following you is going to run a couple of racks possibly.
Yeah, that's right. So, puts Gomez to 2.
What's this going to do?
Oh boy, he's fine. It's a little short, but I think he's okay. I got the balls mixed up. He wasn't short at all.
All
right. He's going to pocket this. Roberto will pocket this. He'll be trailing 9-6. I mean, he'll be trailing 21-6, 21-9. Excuse
21
me.
21-9.
I got to get acclimated to this. It's different.
Okay. I know what you mean. 21-9. It's a factor of 15 unless it's a scratch. Well, Roberto played a great match against Shane, and that was right down to the wire. And if he would have pocketed one ball, I think Shane won 200 points to 195 points. And it was a real nail biter towards the end, and he missed a kind of a long cut, and Shane was able to win.
I don't think Shane would have won if he made that ball, Danny. I mean, that was an exciting match.
It really was. I mean, he was 22 points down. It was 199 to 178, and he had to run 22 balls, or basically it was over, and he almost did it.
And he crushes them. Woo, does he crush them?
Great break. That's a great break.
Everybody's open, it looks like. Yep. 4 ball's not, or is that the 7 or 4 ball up on top? The 7 ball is not open. 7. Yeah.
And the 1 ball goes, I guess.
Yeah. The 7 is the one that's going to be the problem, it looks like here, Danny. The big problem is going to be I mean, what can break it open? You sure can't. The 6 is close by to go into it.
I think the 6 is what he's going to have to use.
Yeah. He's got to get to the 3 right now.
a little short. He plays these bridge shots with his opposite hand. That's kind of funny.
And the other, John Morra, plays him with his right hand, and he shoots everything left-handed. That was a very astute observation, Danny. I did not notice that.
I don't understand why he would, but some of these guys are ambidextrous, and they work equally well with both hands.
Okay. And that's the correct
little
score
window. He found that little window for the 5 ball. It was a really nice shot, but it's a little tough getting on the 6 here, so that he can break out the 7.
Looks like you fell perfect.
That's a great shot. Nudged it up, but does it have a pocket? Maybe the side?
In the left side? The left side or the right side?
The left side.
Left side, okay.
Yeah, because the right side's a little bit too steep of a...
Yeah, no question. Well, this game here, he has to make it. He has to call the pocket. The 7 is going in, and if he doesn't make it, it's going to be ball in hand for John Morra. $200 points we're playing to. Is he banking it?
Oh, it's a little wide. No, it's not wide at all. Excuse me. What a nice shot.
Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot right there. We'll take a look at that after this when they catch a little when they slow down.
Well, the nice thing about this, oh my God, he missed that shot. Yeah, he was looking at his
oh man. Wow. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine him missing this shot right here? Look at this. Look at what he did. Like you said.
He was going to his next ball. He just assumed it was in. And that's a mistake that players will make, Oh, it rolled off, he says. Okay, all right. Sometimes that will happen.
Have you ever heard a pool player blame it on themselves, Dan?
I know, but the way he was... I hear. Now, John was a right-handed player all of his life, and then had an accident or something and started to play left-handed. Am I right on that?
100%.
I'm not sure what the accident was, but it just... Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, he's done a great job. Oh, okay. I see.
So what Danny, okay. So what happened with John Morra? We got it cleared up here, and he strained his right hand. He had to switch to left hand. He had a choice of quit playing pool or learn to play with his left hand. And John Morra has such a passion for the game, he learned to play with his left hand, and he did one hell of a job of it.
Absolutely.
Entry fee for this match, 5,000, and winner gets 3,000. Second gets 2,000. All right, we have a score of 16 for Roberto Gomez.
You know, he just rolled that ball to the side pocket, and it does look like it may drift a little bit right there. I mean, it does happen on tables, you know.
Wow. I love the game, Danny. Danny Kaye, the inventor of this game, and it's been out for quite a while. You had stuff on this in California back 20 years ago almost, right?
Yeah, I created the game. We were playing a ring game, myself and two friends. We're all, you know, pretty good players. And we played 9-ball, then 10-ball. And I just was kind of unhappy with both games. So I said, we need to use all the balls on the table. So we started a game called Triplet, where we played $5 on the 5, $5 on the 10, and $5 on the 15. And I didn't really like that either. So finally we ended up with this game where you get one point per ball. And actually for us, it was $1 a ball. Okay. Which is not that much money playing a ring game. And then, when the person missed, the person following had 2 ball in hand, and we would play, you know, for a couple hours. And this game we all really enjoyed.
Yeah, I could see why. And it'll improve your other games. Okay, it looked like he made 2 on this break. Yes, he did.
Okay, right. I think he made 1. He made 1. It doesn't really matter, because you can just subtract whatever.
You're 100% right.
He has a very fundamentally correct game. John does. It keeps his head very steady, and he plays a very steady, conservative game.
John from Canada, and he's from as champion. I don't know. I believe both his mother and father, great pool players.
Didn't know that.
Well, probably snooker players being from Canada.
Well, you have a few players from Canada. Paul Potier, that has played pool for a long time. Anyway.
Well, he's trying to figure out, navigate to the 3. You really don't want to have to thread the needle through the 12 and 14. Let's see how he's going to handle it. He'll just open him up like that.
Sometimes that's the way to do it. And it worked pretty well. He's got to do a little bit with the cue ball here.
How much angle, I wonder, he has, Danny? You know, can he just bunt this, or?
Maybe try to draw it to the rail and down and out. A little reverse English, nice shot. He's a little bit on the wrong side, but I think you can get back to it.
Right. Go forward a little bit of left spin, and if he gets there, I think the rest of it's going to be pretty elementary for John Morra.
Oh, well, that was a tough shot, and these pockets are tightening up some because of the play on the table. So.
Yeah, no question about it.
Let's see, what did he miss? Okay. So did he make 3?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
The rack, like you said, the rack doesn't lie. It all comes out, right?
Of course, like in straight pool.
Oh, he made 4, right? I'm saying it wrong. Okay. Yeah, he made 4.
He made 4.
My bad. Yeah.
There's 10 on the table, right? Let's see. 5. There are 11 on the table. He made 3.
Wow. We're both.
I know. See, 4, 8. And 2.
Oh, I see the other ball. Now he has, he made 3. So he has 2. 4,
Yes, 2.
3, 2.
There you go. The other night when he played Shane was ahead by 4 racks, 60 balls, and Roberto came back. You know, Shane maybe became a bit tentative, but Roberto came back and just almost tied it.
Oh, I think he should have won. I mean, like that ball that he missed was not that tough.
Yeah. That would have been fat, but he would have had to have made the ball in the next break to win. But if he would have made the ball, he would have, if he had pocketed that ball and run the next 2, which I think he could have, or would have. That's a nice shot combination. He's got a little cut here, though.
Oh, yes, he does. Well, the 10, at least, that's 10 out in front of the side, but he can't hit. Oh, man, he missed the 9. So, ball in hand for John Morra. Looks like we're going to have another close match. And this one.
You never know if somebody gets on a roll and starts like Roland did the first match when he ran 35 and then went dry on the next break. All depends if somebody really gets hot.
That's what it was, 35. I was trying to recall that. I talked about Parika's run of 49, high run in this game.
Yes, yeah, he has a high run in this game. Easier equipment, and he was racking the balls any way he wanted to. And it was easier to run those 49, but still it was a great run.
John should have no trouble here, but when you say that, this table's could jump up and bite you. All right, John Morra makes the final ball. It's the 9. We have a score of 22 for Roberto Gomez. And we have a score of 38 for John Morra.
60 points, and that's 4 racks. That makes sense.
Just seems like the break, Danny, is huge in this game.
It is huge, and the nice thing about it is uh, it takes some physical strength to make a ball. Somebody with a weak break is probably not going to do that well in this game because you have to make a ball in the break. So anyway, that's just an element that I like because it has a little bit of sport to the game.
Yeah, that's good. Good point. Excellent.
Oh boy.
Now he's going to go back one. He's going back to 37, and those balls get spotted.
In succession, right? The way they whatever ball is the lower number would be spotted first. He made 4 balls on the break and scratched. Oh my God!
Yeah. So it gives Roberto some work here.
He's going to give the shot back, and this is illegal. That this doesn't happen often, but in a case like this, now John's going to have to deal with
the 2 ball.
The 2 ball, and got to find a way to break it out.
So there's no safeties, and there's no safeties in this game.
I think if he pocketed from the other side and sent the cue ball straight down this line, he could break out the 2.
Right.
Different. He could do 2 rounds.
Makes the pocket smaller.
Oh. Now he has to call a ball. This becomes a little difficult. I mean, a lot difficult.
But to me, it's an interesting part of the game, Danny, because you're forced to come up with something creative.
Yes.
You have to use your imagination here, like call the 14 in the right side or something and come off the top of the 2.
I'm not sure what he's calling, but
I think he played the 14 in the side. That's the only shot I saw. So ball in hand for Roberto Gomez. Doesn't look too bad either. Well, the 5 ball could be a little funny.
he has a 5 in the side. I guess he could get there right now.
Okay, so it passes. No, the 4. I thought the 4 was next.
Could not make that out. Okay, it was a bit too dark for me.
That's a pretty good shot right there.
It's a good shot. That's a good shot there too. Corner pocket. 7 balls right there.
Yeah, he'd like to get pretty straight on the 7, draw back for the 9 in the side. I like what he did there, Danny. You know what I mean? He insured himself if he didn't get the side, he'd have the corner instead of coming up short.
Yeah, right.
And ball in hand for
Yeah, these guys are missing some shots. I think they would not normally, but I think maybe it's the beginning of the match, and he's not typically going to miss that shot. I don't believe. I'm going to step away for a second, Corey.
All right, that was Danny Kaye with us, the founder, originator of this game. What a great guy, been around this game all his life. Says he just wants to give something back. Had a beautiful pool room in California, Orange County.
Okay, I'm back here. I hope this is a little bit better connection.
Oh yeah, you sound perfect, Danny. Danny's from, just so you know, Danny's coming in from California. I'm coming in. Larry Schwartz coming in from Chicago.
I like it that these guys are playing at a clip. You know, they start to get into a little bit of a groove, and then they, you know, that I think that works for most players.
Oh, I love to watch when players get going and get into that rhythm, you know.
Yeah.
Should have no trouble here.
Just about perfect. I mean, might have to roll down to the rail, whatever.
I think it's easier to go down and come back up.
Yeah.
All right, John Morra is going to make this, and he's going to have 45. 8 for the rack, brings him from 37 to 45. I'm Larry Schwartz with Danny Kaye, Pool Action TV. We're coming to you live from the Aramith Action Room right here at the Derby City Classic here, Elizabeth, Indiana. And what a tournament. I mean, the whole week. I mean, this is winding down to the end of the tournament, and we've been here for going on 10 days. Wow. Long time.
I was there for I think I was there for 5 days. And
I'll tell you what, that's a long time.
That was a long time.
It is. I know. And the score is not on an even number because John Morra scratched one time.
Yes, and so that's why you have the 29 instead of 30.
Well, let's see if he could fix something and not scratch.
Made something sound like anyway.
Right. He wouldn't need ball in hand on this one, Danny. Well, it would help him. He's going to be able to come straight down. So John Morra makes a ball.
You may have the 13 ball there. There's a little bit of impediment to the 3 going in the corner.
Actually, he could come down to the 13. Well, I guess that's not going to be good because you could get yourself too straight on that 2 ball.
Yeah. He's probably just going to play position on the 2 here. Well, he's going to kick the ball a little. That's not going to help him at all.
He might have been trying to touch the 13.
But he can come back up and shoot the 3 down in the other opposite corner. It's not an easy position shot, but, that's what he's got. Left himself quite a bit of a cut there.
Well, good thing his 4 is in an easy spot to get position if he comes up and back, sitting up by that upper left corner.
Yeah, it's near the hole. That's
What
a
a
great
shot. You better believe it.
With position, I believe. I think he got just about perfect on it. You got a little bit of an angle which you can use.
Just perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, he should be able to roll down here for the 6. Now, the 7 ball goes down there in the corner, which I think he'll probably play it down there. But he's got like 2 pockets he can play that in, I believe.
Don't want it to go too far. Well, it looks
Right now,
pretty good.
Corner too, but anyway, I think he's going to shoot. It's just bump the 8.
Yeah, you need to call the pocket on this game, so you just can't try to make it at the 7 and know that the 8 ball's going to the left side. Because if you miss the 7 and made the 8, you lose your shot. Wow, he missed it pretty badly.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a great shot.
Well, he's keeping Roberto. He has chances to really take a substantial lead, and he keeps letting Roberto back to the table, and he's not a guy you want to let back to the table.
That's for sure. Playing that combination, I imagine, and he's got to get shape on the 8 for the. That's a little bit tough here because the 9 ball's in a precarious position. It's actually pretty good, and you can roll over the opposite side of the 9. Or maybe you can just kill it on that side.
I'll tell you what, this was similar to a shot that he missed on Shane, but it was to this bottom right to possibly win the game. Isn't it?
To extend the match, exactly. And he played good position on it, he just overcut it.
Yeah, exactly. right, Roberto. No trouble getting these two balls. He's going to wind up going to 37. John Morra's going to go to 52. I'm Larry Schwartz, Pool Action TV special guest, the founder of K-Ball, Danny K. Glad to have you here, Danny.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. I've wanted to promote this game for a few years now, so I'm finally able to get some action, some a couple of televised matches so people can see what it is. And I hope it catches on. I really do.
Oh, I really believe it will. I'll tell you, this is the third televised match here at this Derby City Classic, and with some great players: Shane Van Boning, Roland Garcia, Oscar Dominguez. So
yeah. I find that everybody likes the game because if you make 5 balls, you get 5 points. And so there's a little bit of reinforcement there for when you get up there and you make a few good shots, you get points for those shots. So you may lose the game, but at least you get something for your effort.
Okay, made a ball, and he has ball in hand. So let's take a look at this. The 2 ball.
Almost has a combination, do you think?
Oh, definitely. It's hard to tell if it goes in that upper right. Even if it does, it's too hard to really get
I think it
position.
definitely goes up there. It goes up in the upper right. He may be playing position for that right now.
Well, you can't do
pretty
any better than
pretty
that.
good on it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
He put it where he would put it if he had ball in hand.
He's got to get up for the 3, though. Anyway, he'll probably find a way. That's a nice
Just a
shot
beautiful
right
player. It sure is.
Yes.
What? Just such a beautiful player.
Uh-huh. His 4 balls way down here, so he's going to go up and down. It's not an easy rack.
No, by no means. Even all the stuff that he's already done hasn't been that easy. And how's that shot? How did he do? I mean, are you kidding?
He threaded the needle between the 9 and the 4. I'm not certain he played that, but regardless, it was a phenomenal shot. The speed was just perfect.
Roberto Gomez won our 1 pocket challenge where you got 5 tries to break the balls, take cue ball in hand, and see how many balls you can make in 1 pocket. And 75 being a perfect score. Roberto Gomez got 59. Very impressive.
That's truly amazing. I mean, that's an average of 12 balls a rack. And that means you really have to play some really good pool.
So the 7 ball, does it have an open pocket?
I think he's playing the combination. I think, oh man, it's rolling pretty far though. I don't even think he can play a billiard on this. I think he's going to have to shoot the combo. Yeah, I think so.
No good, no good. Ball in hand for John Morra.
Let's see, I think he has
44.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're correct. Yeah, he has 7.
Now I don't see any problem here. "13, play it in the upper right or in the same side. You're going to play the 12, so really
Yeah,
pretty
13
straightforward.
could present a little bit of a problem, but these guys have just played a tournament and they're playing some good pool here, so my guess is he'll get out here.
This is where it helps to be ambidextrous.
Beautiful draw stroke. Ends up just about perfect on the tempo. He rolled a bit far for his position on that. I'm not sure what. He might roll forward and play the 13 in the corner.
In the bottom left, yeah.
Yeah.
Or in the upper right or bottom left. Let's see what he does.
I think he's going to upper right. Forced follow shot. That was a really nice shot. Notice how steady he keeps his head, his body.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, I always pointed that out years ago when we'd watched John Morra, that he stays down even after the ball goes in the hole. And I love it. You know, I love watching him. And right now, John Morra maintaining his lead. He's at 60. So he's maintaining, but not by a lot. Roberto Gomez is going to go to 44.
That's one rack difference, and that really isn't that much.
You're watching K-Ball. I'm Larry Schwartz with Danny K, Pool Action TV. We're coming to you live from the Aramith Action Room right here at the Derby City Classic. Coming to you live from Caesars in Elizabeth, Indiana. .200 points. John Morra with a 60-44 lead. And like Danny said, not too much of a lead.
He sure has got a good break. I tell you what, he made 4 balls in that one break, but scratched. But he really hits the balls hard. May not make anything on this one, though. He's looking at his tip. It was not the best break. He didn't get something. It was not quite right on that break.
And he has a nice 2 with the ball hanging. What the? .11 ball tricky.
Right.
Did he come up short? Did he come up short, Danny?
It sure looks like he did. He had to mass say this a little bit. He still may be okay. Yeah, maybe not. He may be fine.
Well, he got out of line. Needs to come with another great shot.
Might cut this in the corner though, and just bring the cue ball over the rail and out. Kind of kill it. I don't know. It's not an easy shot, that's for sure. Oh.
And that second one he hit like he didn't cut it enough.
Well,
That
Morra hit the other one.
collision, right? Okay, that collision-induced throw will get everyone.
Yeah, right.
I don't see. Well, the 11 ball's funny. The 11 ball is the only problem I see here, Danny.
Yeah, I agree. If he could get on that and play a combination, or he might be able to break it out somehow. But whenever you do that, you compromise your position. Didn't quite play it that way, but it turned out okay, I think. Well,
Wow.
Not a good shot. One thing about Roberto, he plays his game. You know, he's have to run 30 balls at any point in time.
Oh yeah, he showed us that the other night. The way he climbed back into that match with Shane Van Boning.
I think he might have intimidated Shane a little bit by playing as well as he did, and that Shane's game was not quite as good as it was in the beginning, and Roberto almost won.
Come up 5 balls short, 100, 200 to 8 balls short. No, he came up 5 balls short, 200 to 195.
Yeah.
Man, same pocket.
This could still go in. No, it's not. That would have counted if it went back in that pocket.
Yeah, great point. That ball in pocket. You'll see it happen too.
Oh yeah, I remember straight pull a shot like that, and the ball goes in, and you keep shooting.
Yeah, I remember Richie Florence came here to Chicago playing the U.S. Open in about 1972. He missed the break shot and went 4 rails around the table. He ran 100 and some balls on balsas, but he lost. That was right off the airplane too. He was amazing player, Richie Florence, out of Redondo Beach, California. Okay, he has 4. Is he going to look for the angle on this 10 ball? To split those two, or does he just go all out for the combo? What do you think, Danny? So it must look easier than it is. Tough action here. Needs to really hit it so thinly. Great shot. All right. It's going to wind up with 11 balls and take a 71-48 lead. I should call it not 11 balls, 11 points. Right, Danny? All right. 4 puts Roberto at 48. And 11 puts 70, 71. All right, 71-48. Our score now in this first one to 200. All right. And joining us once again, Ray Hansen. Hey, Ray.
Hey, Larry. All right. See, Danny stepped away for a short break, and see if we can get him back in here shortly. There goes John. This is let's see, what do we have? Seems like the score is off somehow. So we've got 100 and should be in increments of 15. All right, guys. Larry and Danny are both back. We're bringing them both in. This is I'm Ray Hansen, your host, and now joining us once again, Lucky Larry and Danny Kirkendall, the inventor of the game here, K-Ball. We're live from the Derby City Classic. This is the Aramith Action Room. You're watching a K-Ball match racing the 200. Great having y'all back, guys.
Well, glad to be here. This is exciting. I like this game a lot, Ray. I believe this game will catch on very quickly.
Yeah, well, this is what it needs, some exposure from some of the players, so we can see how it works and start getting the strategy down of it.
Oh boy, he hung that ball up. He can't believe it either.
We've seen a few. It just shows that the play that this room has gotten this week in the Aramith Action Room, it's really tightened up this 4 1/8 inch pocket table, that it isn't already tight enough.
Yes, yeah.
Definitely giving them a little trouble now. So while you guys were on break there, I was thinking the racks should equal to 15, but Larry explained that there was some fouls is the reason that it didn't, or or was it fouls, or what was it? What was it exactly?
It was a scratch on the break by John Morra.
Okay, so you go backwards one when that happens, or a foul.
Yes, it changes everything.
Okay.
Well, he doesn't have to like this at all. Now, this is the interesting part of the game. This is the part that I love about this game. He has to think of something and try it and call it. He has to call the pocket.
He called the 11 ball here.
Okay.
It forces the player to come up with a good offensive shot, and I think the audience loves to see it.
Yeah, I know I do.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, me too. Let's see if John Morra loves to see it.
If he makes it, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh gosh, it was so close.
All right, ball in hand, Roberto Gomez. Roberto Gomez has had ball in hand a few racks, and he still hasn't been able to climb back into this.
I've got a feeling he's going to get on here.
Yeah, he's not that far behind, actually, in the scheme of things.
Yeah, very true, Ray. This early, right?
Well, he was 4 racks behind, we were talking earlier, from Shane, and then came back to within 21 points and almost won the game. He really mounted a big attack in the middle of the match.
It's 9 balls in a tricky spot from here, but he got there no problem.
Both these guys are wearing clothes that have got different sponsors, logos. They look fit. They're both in good shape, and I think it looks good for pool. It really does.
Yeah, I agree, Danny. And Roberto, sponsored by Jay Flowers, and also the Clutch Shot. It's Carlos Sanchez Clothing, and of course, Pool Action TV. Roberto has been with us for several years, and John Morra is sponsored by a pool room down in Florida, Classic Billiards, and he's got several other sponsors as well. I'm not as familiar with all of John's sponsors.
Yeah, well, they seem to be wearing a lot of the sponsors' logos on their outfits.
Yeah,
and that's
right.
Great. All right.
All right, up to 62. Right, 62. And Morra's going to go to 72, so 10 balls behind. That's nothing for Roberto Gomez. Superman jump right back into that.
Yeah, that's right. But, John also is capable of putting racks together here. So no one's really ran a rack out yet, have they?
No.
I think the table's playing a little tighter, and maybe they're just not quite into it yet.
When John Morra scratched on the break, Ray, he made 4 balls on that break.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he scratched. That's when he scratched.
Now he can hit the balls really, really hard as well, Roberto.
Yeah, he crushes them. Roberto plays a lot of 8-ball. He hit really well as well. He's won the Four Bears Classic 8-ball tournament. And I know he's won several other 8-ball tournaments, but he loves 8-ball, and he plays it really well. And so similar break, to the 8-ball game.
I don't like using the magic rack in this game, because if you can figure out a way to make a ball on the break, like the head ball maybe in the side pocket, I don't particularly like that, because you can break the ball softer.
Yeah,
and I think it's important to see hard breaks where the balls roll around the table, and and you can make a ball because you hit the ball so hard.
Mm-hmm. Danny, you
And
sound
I think
you
that's
sound
more
like
sport.
you sound like you're old school, Danny.
Yeah, I'm old school. Well, the magic rack. I mean, it racks the balls perfectly tight, but you've got diamond racks and predator racks now. The rack the balls tight, but they don't guarantee a ball can be made on the break. And I think it adds some a little bit of
Mystery.
randomness to the break.
Yeah,
mystery. Okay, yeah.
Well, randomness is a good word too. Yeah,
and
I agree.
you hit the balls very hard, and the more balls, the longer they fly around the table, the more apt you are to make a ball.
Oh, John.
Got
in trouble here.
John, he sure did, man. He just rubbed that ball.
So what are we going to see now? Now we're going to see a shot that we don't normally see. He's going to have to kick at this 3 ball. This does come up in one pocket, but he's
not that big of a dog. He's an underdog. I mean, at least 3-1, but I think he has a good chance of making it. Okay.
Well, no, if he'd have missed that completely and not made a legal save, it would have cost him 1 point.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, Roberto checking the ball count and tray. He had ran down to the men's room real quick while John was shooting.
Okay. He lost a point on that one, Larry.
Oh, he did. I thought he hit it.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. No, you're totally correct. I'm sorry.
We were talking about if he had missed it.
He did the same thing.
Hey, yeah, exactly. That lucky 13 ball is giving them both a lot of problems.
You can try Massey here. This Massey is not easy. He's got to put some English on this ball. Hell of a shot. Nice.
Forget about it. That was a hanger for Mr. Coleman. Take another look at it, because that one was incredible, especially that the way he's reaching.
Now
he's got to call the ball here, and then he comes through with that shot. That's fabulous.
He's called the 4 ball back in the same pocket.
Okay. Or did he call the combination?
Yeah, he did not call the combination. He called the 4 ball in the pocket. I mean, he might have called the combination. I didn't hear him, so I just saw him point at it.
He has his work cut out for him. He has to get this 5 open right off of this shot, ball in hand.
He can also give this shot back. Okay, but he's not messing with. He's going to shoot it. I might give this back.
Okay, now
because the 5 ball's tied up.
Now, why can he give it back here, Danny?
Because that's the rule. If at any point when you come to the table, you don't like the layout, you can give it back. And see right there, he probably wishes he would have.
Okay, so
he may not have played the game long enough.
So it doesn't have to be a foul then to do that.
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. You can give the ball back at any time, but he's got a bank shot here, I think. Or maybe not, because it may be the 11 ball may be blocking the side bank.
Yeah, I'm not sure they realize you can give it back at any time.
Well,
at the beginning they did. That first shot that Roberto gave it back to John Morra when he lined up 4 balls on the spot. Oh, the time that he scratched on the break, he gave it back.
Well, John's playing this for the first time, and I was hoping he would get the message that he can give the ball back.
On any time?
Any time you come to the table, you don't like it, you can give the shot back. And it doesn't happen very often.
Okay.
But right there would have been a time, all depends on how you're playing.
Okay.
Max Eberly, when he won the tournament at my place at Danny K's, he told me, he said, I'm not giving any shots back. I'm playing good enough to run out no matter what.
Yeah.
So, but in that case, I think I might have given, with tight pockets, I might have given that back.
So, but once.
All right, you don't want to be low.
I'm sorry, Larry. Let me throw another question at Danny here. So let's say I miss my shot, and then the incoming player gives it back to me. I can't give it back again, right? Then I have to take it.
You have to take it. Look at that.
Good one.
Reverse
I
English
like
he
that
used.
question.
Oh, he missed the ball.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
I wonder why you looked a little disappointed.
Yeah, the game never ends, Ray. They keep giving it back to each other. That's good.
Well,
that's funny.
You can't if you give it back to the player, he has to shoot it, and he has to make an honest attempt to make it.
Okay, so
and believe it or not, it does work out, and we've not seen anything here that's been
it's really,
fishy or anything.
but I think it's important that they know that. Do you think I should let them know? I mean, I don't think they realize that.
Well,
I think Roberto knows. I don't think because he's the one that gave it back to John Morra when John Morra made 4 on the break and there were 4 on the string.
I know, but that was
4 on the string.
On the break, we did talk about that, but not during regular shots.
Yeah, you could tell them.
Even regular shots, that's the rule that keeps people from playing an inadvertent safe. Okay. Yeah. And you'll notice that it happens very seldom. I mean, he may have known about it and still played the shot.
Yeah,
but that's Ray has a good point that maybe he should let John Morra know that it is an option that he has. I think
between racks, you should let him know.
Okay.
Ray.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. And I anyway.
I'm here live in person in the action room. Larry is with us up from Chicago, and Danny Kirkendall is with us from Southern California in Orange County. I'm assuming you guys are at home.
Wow. Unbelievable. So which one would you like to pick where you're at, Ray? Southern California or Chicago?
Let me think.
I love Chicago, that wonderful town.
I think Ray would rather be in Chicago too. No.
The weather here is perfect, but there's some other things that aren't perfect. But
yeah. Southern Florida is pretty nice, also.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. Well,
pretty straightforward.
He definitely wouldn't be giving this back.
And these are 4 1/8-inch pockets. Pockets getting a little older. Pockets are getting tighter, so it's becoming a tough table.
That's for sure.
Well, 10 to the 11, not a problem, I think.
All right,
that's the 14th.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to step away so I can form them in between racks and leave it with you guys. Thanks again for being here, both of y'all, Danny and Larry. And
sounds great, Ray. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Ray.
Now he's on.
He got funny,
but he's going to have to come all the way down for the 13.
But you know how bad that is to get that position, ball in hand. I mean, he's got to be fatigued or something for him to make an error like that, Danny.
Well, I think he's been playing, kind of messing around all day. I don't know. I mean, he's been there for a long time, and it's not like him to make a mistake like that for sure.
I mean, these guys, it is an endurance test. And I saw an interview with Shane Van Boning, and I thought it was so interesting what Shane said. He said, I'm playing really well, but, it's a grind, and you got to just go get rest every second you can in between matches and just go right to the room and go to sleep so you can be fresh for the next one, as fresh as you can be.
Sure. I guess he purposely knocked out that.
Oh, 15. Yeah. That was smart. All right. He's going to be going to 81. Roberto Gomez to 68.
So we've got John Morra, 81 and 68.
Exactly.
Close game.
Yeah, no question about it. We saw, like you said, that Shane Van Boning, Roberto was so far behind, and he made a big game out of it.
Well, Shane was playing so well in the beginning. You know, he amassed a 60-point lead, and Roberto came, you know, towards the end. He just got into stroke and started really coming back, and almost won the game.
And I think you made a good point that I think it intimidated Shane. You know how strong that momentum came with Roberto Gomez.
I think there's definitely can be an intimidation factor. You know, when you feel somebody coming in and you start to have a little bit of fear. I might lose this game. You know. So anyway.
All right, time more to break. I'm Larry Schwartz, Pool Action TV, with special guest and founder of K-Ball, Danny K. Inventor or founder? Inventor.
I don't know how you creator or whatever. You know, it's a variation of rotation. It's really what it is.
Still, it would have never happened without you, Danny. I think you came with a great game here. That's, you know, it's like a freshener. How can I say it? You know, you watch the 1 pocket, the 9 ball, the 10 ball, 8 ball. Okay, now we have a new game. I love it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Well, you know, the APA plays 9 ball kind of this way, and they play by points, and they don't have every time you get to the table it's ball in hand, but you have to make a certain amount of points.
True.
A game, so you know it's played a little bit like that already to some degree. I just set it up to where I think it's the most interesting, and you know, if you get out of line, you can't just hide the cue ball. You have to deal with your position, and I think people like to see that.
Right, in APA 9 ball, the 9 counts as 2. That's be the other variation.
Okay. Getting that ball soft, holding it up for the 3 ball.
Beautiful.
Really not a bad right. The 7 ball is a little funny. I mean, he might have a problem there if he gets that far.
Wow.
And overcome. Maybe his players may be getting tired. Maybe it's the full week here, you know.
That's what I'm talking about. The fatigue is setting in on both players, I believe, Danny. I mean, just their demeanor at the table. You see it?
Yeah, you can kind of tell.
Oh, man.
But I think Roberto will find a second win here. I mean, that's what I think anyway.
I remember, you know, I used to hang out at a place called the Rack and Q back in the 70s and stuff, Danny, where they had all that big action in Detroit, Capital Billiards, okay? And I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, you walk in there and you could win $1 million without exaggeration in one evening, and but all the action was all night, right? And it would go till the next afternoon. So, but there were a lot of guys that made sure they slept until 3, 4 in the morning, and they went in fresh to beat the guys that were tired.
Absolutely. Well, yeah. That, you know, players are smart to understand where their opponent is at, and some players used to drink, and players would wait till they got a little bit drunk and play them in.
Yeah.
I'm not mentioning any names, but
No, I know. I can think of quite a few from California, at least.
exactly.
Yeah, I know what I mean.
I showed this game to a few players. He's got a shot. He's going to play this combo, maybe,
No good.
Tough.
So this is, we never saw like 2 or 3 ball in hands in a rack, and we've seen it multiple times. So, something.
The table's playing a little tougher because, it's been like 3 nights ago we had the last match here. And the fact that they're probably both kind of tired. I showed the game before this. I went to Phoenix and showed Scott Frost. I don't think Scott ran more than like a rack. He had a very tight table there. Showed Strickland. Strickland ran basically 1 rack. Shane Van Boning in a game to 100 ran 35 points and 24 points in 1 game to 100. That's how good he played this game a couple of years ago. And I played Filler. Filler played the game very well.
And I'm going to get this score corrected. It's Johnny Morra 6-3 this rack.
Yeah, that would be correct. I tried to hold that up for the corner. He did a damn good job. That's a nice shot, really.
He sure did. That was beautiful.
He had to bring it past whatever that ball is, the 14 or 15. But you will. That was a really nice shot.
Just enough angle to go 1 rail over.
Well, remember the first night, Oscar played Roland Garcia, and they both played a little tentative at first, but Roland got on a roll, and Oscar, just didn't quite play his game. But Roland was freewheeling, and I think he had a run of 35, and he didn't make a ball in the next break. Could have been 50,
Right, he beat him 200-92.
Yeah. And Oscar did not play his best game. I know how well he can play, but he just was maybe too tentative at the table. That's this nice draw stroke here.
He'd like to have another break of 4 balls on the break without scratching.
The thing about the break is to break the ball as hard like he did, but you have to have some kind of control over the cue ball as well. And that ball drew directly into the corner pocket. And you really want to have the ball kind of sit out in the upper half part of the table, in the middle of the table. Now, if it gets kicked in a pocket, you can't help that, but you don't want to draw it like directly up into a pocket.
All right, John Moore to break, leading 93-71.
It's interesting. He does not use a glove on his break. It sounds like you did a lot of playing when you were younger, Larry. You traveled around a lot with players, and I was doing a lot of other stuff back then, and I had some issues going on, so I didn't. But it's always interesting to talk to somebody who traveled around playing, and playing in all the different rooms in the country. That's quite an experience, really. Are you there, Larry?
Yeah, it is. Yes. Well, I hung out. Excuse me. I hung out in places, and I learned something new everywhere I went. And he's in trouble here. So, but
he kicked that two ball a little bit when he was coming down. Yeah.
You get so much knowledge, and it's just unbelievable. And I knew if I just hung out in Chicago, you just can learn what you can learn in Chicago, which there were so many great players. But as soon as I got out there, and now that's going to be ball in hand for John Morra. But anyway, getting out there, I always, I took notes of everything I learned from everywhere I went in the country, and I enjoyed every minute of it, and met so many great people.
Fabulous. Yeah. Yeah. I'm writing. I wrote a book on Danny Kaye's, but I'm writing my second book on my memoirs. And when I was 18, I had some issues, hallucinogenics and this type of thing. So it sort of hampered my style, so to speak. And I got into school. I found a great mentor, counselor. I got into school and I went that route. But I still played pool, and as time went on, I became a pretty good player. And I did okay in a few tournaments and played some for money, but I was not into playing all night long because I had school the next day, and I like to go home and be in my own bed,
Yeah. Well, what I realized was, if I stayed out there, I would have taken this route of the drugs and the whatever. And I realized, some people, he hangs in the pool room. And then I'm thinking about guys that have friends I was losing at a young age because they did the drugs. And then I said, well, the pool's got to be the better side of that,
I know. Yeah. He has a free ball combination. Is that what he's? Yeah, 4, 10, 15. And he's got to make it and try to get some position. So the position may be a big part of this right here.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I think he got it.
Can he make the 4?
I think he can.
Well, if he can, that was a very nice shot.
Yeah, it looks pretty wide open.
So who was the main guy that you traveled with back then, Larry?
Oh man, numerous guys. I traveled with Jimmy Mattia a lot when he was in his prime. Okay. We went all over the country. We went through California. We went to out Virginia. I mean, we went all over. And then there was
talking the 70s mostly.
70s. I went with Jimmy. Him and I hustled on and off throughout the others. He was like one of my closest friends, and Billy in Cardona, Artie Bodendorfer. Artie from Chicago was top hustler, top. Yeah, you didn't have to worry about Artie because he was a great three cushion player, one pocket player, 8-ball player. So, if somebody says, well, I can't play you one pocket, I'll play you three cushion, they were trapping themselves.
Right. Well, now you've got 8 balls on the table, and the spread out, but the table's playing pretty tough. So.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, Danny, it was a lot easier to hustle back then. They didn't have that social media where, I'll take a picture of this guy, send it from New York to California and get the line on him.
Exactly.
Well, that'll get it right there.
Yeah.
Okay. John Morra just over the halfway point.
Well, he put that just where he was standing.
What's interesting too, Danny, is we played. This is our third 200-point match. The first one took 3 hours and 30 minutes. The second one, 3 hours and 15 minutes. So let's see where this one is going to be at.
I thought the first one was less than that, but it was all broken up because they had to play other matches.
Exactly.
I think it was a little bit less than, it might have been 2.5 hours or something, because they both played at a clip, and Oscar only had 92 points. So I got a feeling it was not quite 3 hours anyway.
Yeah, you're probably right. All right, 107 for John Morra and 72 for Roberto. And still no substantial lead here, right? I mean, anybody's in it from here.
Yeah. Well, Roberto needs to get on his game here. Larry, I'll be right back.
All right, Danny K stepping away. Danny K really not only coming with this game, but just a great person, great guy. All right, let's see, John Morris. See if the table springs a leak. Well, balls fall, ball fell. 2 ball down here, 3 ball got funny. So a lot of work here. Wow, where do you get? Do you get on that 2 ball like where the 7 is? Or how about play from the 2-13 combination? Then you're in a perfect spot to get that, break that open, playing the combination.
Okay, I'm back, Larry.
All right, back with us, Danny K. And he don't like it. Yeah.
It was that 3 ball.
Right, he went too far. He just wanted pretty straight in on the 13 so he could make the combination and have the two stay right there to break that open.
Right. Eventually, I would probably want a time limit as well in this game, but so far, I haven't needed it. Very nice shot.
Now, can he turn this ball over enough with the left English?
He could come up and maybe kiss that 4. I don't know.
You know what I always think about, the time limit, Danny. You know what I think about? One player has the big lead or good enough lead where they kind of stall. I mean, it's just going to happen. That's the part I don't like.
Well, the problem with stalling is it takes you out of your game, though, too. And the players that play this game the best, they seem to get on a roll. I think he's playing his bank. I don't know.
If he could stun forward and get the position on the 4, I think he'd be fine.
I think it does go on the bank and the side, but I'm not 100% sure that he is looking at that.
Oh, yeah, it definitely goes. He could even just draw back a little bit and stay there, but it looks like he's stunning forward just a little bit. All right, Roberto's still in it.
Does Roberto still reside in the Philippines?
I don't know. I believe he resides in Houston, Texas.
I think he does.
Right. He's a house pro there, and no doubt. Tricky. The 4. Let's see how he's going to play this.
I would say these pockets are a little tight, possibly for this game. You don't really need to make the pockets super tight. They should be regulation, like 4.5 inches with the deep shelf, like the diamonds have. And I think those would be fine because after you play it for a while, the table tightens up, and you have to make the ball center cut on each shot, and that's not typically the way pool's played.
Yeah, I could see. I could see where you're going to see higher runs and everything with the 4.5.
And 4.5 is not that big of a pocket, especially with the deep shelves. If you look at what we played on, 5-inch Brunswicks that were actually back in the day, buckets compared to what they play with.
Right, with new cloth. And now he's going to go back 1-2, so our score is going to be off by 271, not going to be on the mark. So he's going back to 71. John Morra, of course, with ball in hand.
He was trying to twirl that ball in, and he could have. I think he shot it kind of quick, and he just missed it, and I think that's the reason he scratched. they're playing 8-ball overseas, and they basically are playing on snooker pockets. I mean, the corners are rounded like snooker. Pockets are really pretty tight, and but a game like this where you have a lot of difficult shots to pocket, I don't think that the super tight pockets work in a game like this.
I don't think he got far enough down, Danny. He's going to have to cut it in the corner. Yeah, not at all. He has to cut this in the corner.
Well, he might have been trying to hit the 14 or that ball, yeah.
All right. Roberto Gomez with a little reprieve after that scratch.
Yes, yeah. I did travel to Fulda, Germany to watch a 9-ball tournament.
Really?
And, yeah, and I wanted to talk to a few people about my game, and so I traveled there and watched, and they were playing on 4-inch pockets and there. And it was they were not diamond tables, but they were, I forget the name, the brand, but, I think 9-ball can be that easy of a game in a way, because you're only dealing with 9 balls on the table, that they have to make the pockets that small because the players run out every time. I mean, these guys are professionals, you know, they're great. Look at that shot. He's starting to freewheel, trying to get himself in stroke, I think.
And he's one guy that can do it. And I've seen it. And when he has that, when the heat's on him, he comes alive a lot too. Like we saw with Shane Van Boening.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. Right.
Believe me, I think he hit so many balls, Danny, that he could play in his sleep. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's like always hitting balls, and just what a great man too, Roberto. You know, so funny, and does great in. Have you ever seen him do impersonations of other players?
No, I haven't, but I was always laughing, and he always seemed to be having a good time, you know.
Yeah, well, if you ever see him again, because he loves to show off about that, you know, he loves doing impersonation of all the players, everybody. Oh, he's great.
Okay, I'll have to ask him next time I see him.
Yeah. Okay. 113 to 80. Downstairs playing 9-ball. They're playing down to the final 2 tonight because all the finals are on Sunday now.
Right.
Oh,
man, he's going to inside, made a ball. So he loses a point there. All the balls spot back up.
Like you mentioned, in numerical order.
Yes, in numerical order. And the particular ball that is made, you know, if you already have balls down, that whatever ball is made spots back up. You can't spot another ball like in straight pool, you know. I think the size of the pockets, and now that the table's kind of worn in, I think it's got the players a little bit tentative now. They're not pocketing the balls with as much confidence.
Look out. He's perfect.
Yes. Still a difficult table to run.
Yeah, the 5's funny. 5, the 8 ball's funny. The 8 ball's real funny. I think getting on the 5 is going to be your first thing. And how do you go from the 4 to the 5 in the upper right? I don't know for sure. It passes this 11 down here in the bottom right.
I think it does.
Well, that makes life a little easier.
Yeah. He could play it up in the same pocket as the 3, and just if he gets straight enough, he would probably be okay with it.
Interesting. Move the cue ball a little too far.
Yeah, this is not the easiest shot to get shape on the 5.
Wow. I mean, he's got to come with a lot of right spin, or
this is going to take us quite a stroke to get shape on that 5, unless he wants to bank it cross side. It looks like he's going for the position, high right.
Yeah, you're right, Danny.
Shot.
Yeah, and you're talking about the pockets, slowing them down just a little, maybe a lot.
Yeah.
Well, Roberto getting chances, but they're not real good, especially here the way the 8 is tucked away.
Right.
I mean, really, if it goes by the 11, Danny, I can't believe he would not play this 5 in the bottom right.
I agree. I might be wrong on that, or maybe he doesn't have a full pocket, so he's just going to come 2 rails and over. And he played that so well.
Man, oh man.
I think he's got it.
And jump cues are allowed in this game. If he didn't have it.
Right. Very nice on that ball. It comes down. He gets to the 10 ball. He missed it. Oh, man.
Playing in the upper left. All right, John Morra, ball in hand, and a chance to extend his lead. Roberto Gomez is at 83. John Morra, 116, playing to 200. I'm Larry Schwartz with Danny K, Pool Action TV. You're watching the K-ball game coming to you live from the Aramith Action Room. Derby City Classic. Yeah, and we're going to do the same thing, so everyone will be right back.
I'll just leave my phone on here.
All right, take care. All right, we're back. John Morra back. We're back, and John Morra with ball in hand here and trying to extend his lead. I'm Larry Schwartz with Danny K. Hey, Danny. And Danny will be right back with us. All right.
Hey, Larry, I'm back.
All right. There's Danny. Danny back with us. Well, shouldn't have any trouble here, Danny. Pretty straightforward right here.
I think the pocket size has cut these guys a little bit. Do you know what the size pockets are out on the,
Yes.
on the playing tables?
4 1/8, and the ones they're playing downstairs. Wow, and I'm supposed to know this. I'm a diamond dealer distributor for 21 years. I'll tell you what, they were last year 4 1/4. I'm not sure if they kept them that or not.
That sounds reasonable.
All right, John Morra to 124. And Roberto Gomez to 83. Well, maybe John Morra took a break, threw some cold water on his face. Okay, we got to get that in the right place. He is 124. Then he has 0 here. Playing to 200. Just joining us, you're watching K-Ball, 200 points of K-Ball. This is our third match we've had this week. Our first one was Roland Garcia, Oscar Dominguez. Roland Garcia defeated Oscar Dominguez 200-92. And then we had Shane Van Boening, Roberto Gomez. Roberto Gomez got beat 200-195 in a very exciting match. And now we have John Morra and Roberto Gomez again. John Morra with a 124-83 lead. It's about what Shane Van Boening had on him, isn't it, Danny? I mean, I believe it was about, like you said, 3 racks, or
no, it was 4 racks. I think he had like 120-60, something like that.
Wow!
And Roberto came back, and if he starts playing well, but the tight pockets may make it more difficult for him now to mount a comeback. But I know he's certainly capable.
Well, getting back for this 2.
He's got a pretty wide open rack, and the way John Morra broke the balls right there, he seemed to be kind of like, I'm not going to make a ball in a way, I think it's important to come to the table hitting the balls as hard as you can and feeling like you can make something.
Yeah, I believe it's one of the biggest parts of the game.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, right.
Instead of you getting 15, you give up 15, and it yields 30 balls, just like a straight pull break shot. He made a nice shot. He got a good rub.
He sure did. He wasn't playing on that side of the 11, but whatever.
Yeah, we know that. That's good. Exactly. Well, you got to get a little lucky in pool, no matter what game it is.
Absolutely. I played straight pool a lot in the 70s, and I finally ran 100 balls when I was like 26 or 27. And but then in the 80s, I started playing 9-ball because there was a competition. There wasn't much competition in straight pool, so I kind of stopped playing straight pool.
And that was big out there with the Wayland tournament and stuff in Los Angeles. I mean, that was huge straight pool in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it was in Los Angeles.
I'll tell you, myself, I had 299 and outs before I ever ran 100 in a tournament. and well, one was tournament, one was for money.
Well, oh, good for you. I played some more after I opened Danny K's. I had a few more runs of 100. Mike Massey used to come down and stay in the mobile home park behind Danny K's with his wife Francine. And we would play straight pool and 9-ball. He loved the tables, and he'd run 100. I'd run 100 on occasion. I think he ran more than I did, but Mike was a good player.
Oh man, you talk about some of the little cute stuff he does. I love it, and a great guy.
Yeah, he was always a very fine person as well. And what has he got here? He got out of line in the 8. I mean, I think he's going to take a harder shot on the 9 maybe, and just shoot kind of a longer cut. Yeah, that's what he's going to do. Let me go up and down 2 rails for the 10. It looks like the 10 is down 20 to 14.
Look out.
He still had a shot, but he didn't hit that very good. He hit it with the wrong English.
Put the 11 in a little funnier spot, especially
He can make this in slow roll and still good shape, but he's going to make it. But he's hitting it hard. Okay. Maybe I don't know exactly what, but I thought the ball was down here. Yeah, he just hit that too hard.
He's going to play that 12 ball. Watch this. This is where it gets into, where you got to play a shot. I love this aspect of the game, Danny, where he's got to call a shot.
Yeah, look, the players are going to get better at offensive pool as well. They'll get to where they'll start making these balls. I think you're right. He's going to play the ball cross corner. Oh, okay.
Well, it gives him position. That's what he likes.
I thought
he tied up. Now he tied that up, but it's easy to break it out. But you still have to get a shot after you break it out.
He can give this shot back, but I don't think he will.
I think you want to come off this in a way where you hit it just on the left side, the left half of the ball, and just let it bounce out. Don't hit it too hard where you wind up with the cue ball on the end rail.
And all kinds of bad stuff can happen with this one, with this shot.
Well, that's even better than what I said.
Well, he's got a real long shot on the ball, though. But it works, and that's what he played. Nice shot.
He needs to stay on the other side of the 13. I think he has to. He'll come around 3 rails, go to the short side, or just take the cut on the 14.
No, I think he'll go 3 rails around to the short side. If it's kind of natural. I may be wrong, no.
Is he going cross side? No. Cross side.
Nice
wow.
Shot.
We'll take
you get a round of applause on that shot.
Oh, yeah. He's going to have a long shot on the 15, but that was beautiful.
I thought he would have gone around the table, but, his pockets are small, so he felt more comfortable with that shot. Another nice stroke on that. Look at that.
All right, Johnny Morra looking to go to 129. Which he does. We'll take another look at those shots. Roberto Gomez is going to 93. Here was his first shot. Look at this shot. Look at how he fired this bank in. Take another look at this bank. He fired it.
He felt good about it, so he went for it. And he played it with confidence, and that's what you got to do.
But then he come with this shot. I think this shot was equally as tough the way he threw it back in that 4 1/8 inch pocket.
He drew it straight back, did not hit the rail, and he played that really well. Did you ever think about writing a book, Larry, about your exploits in your life?
Yeah, somebody told me I should carry a tape recorder or something, or just record it into your phone. Today, you don't need a tape recorder. Your phone's everything, right? So,
of course it is. Yeah. Well, you might think about it. You're a good writer. You're a smart guy, you know.
No, I appreciate it. And, yeah, a couple people on me on it, but well,
Sure.
this might work right here. That eight is two, two.
Boy, you know, it's going to happen in this game, and that two balls tied up.
2 balls down on that break. All right, everyone, we are back. We'll get that score updated right now. So
I am not.
John Morra has 3.
I'm going to step out for a second.
All right, I'm Larry Schwartz back with you here. Danny Kaye will be back shortly, and John Morra just missed 2 balls locked up. So Roberto Gomez at the table trying to climb back into the match, trailing 132 to 94. Wow. Yeah, Roberto, the fatigue has set in. Now you're talking about player might have gotten up 15 hours ago to play 9-ball matches downstairs in the tournament. And it shows.
Yeah, I'm not quite up yet, but I'm
You can hear me. Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah, he just missed that extremely makeable ball. Okay. John Morra with a very open rack here. And looking good. Have to go from the 6 to the 8. After he goes from the 4 to the 5. These are tricky. You get too far to the right, you can't see the 8 to make it.
I'm stepping up for a second here.
That's what I'm talking about. Too far to the right. He just got there. I think a little bit of left English will help him here. So he's going to go all the way over to play the carom. He can't play the combination, but he feels more comfortable just playing the little carom if he gets all the way to the left rail, which he looked at. So and he got perfect. Yeah, Morra playing so great. Just great pool, finishing high in all the events downstairs is very nice to watch. Look out, look out, look out. He has to come with the jump cue now. A lot of unforced errors. He'll be jumping with his right hand. Watch this. He jumps with his right. He breaks with his right. He uses the bridge with his right, and he does everything else with his left. Very unique. All right, Roberto Gomez, ball in hand. John Morra, 139 to 94, playing to 200. Roberto Gomez is going to go to 98. It'll be 139 to 98. Only part of on the break, the one on the spot, 8 in the middle. Everything else is random. Scratch on the break, you lose a point, and opponent always has ball in hand. Any miss, can't play safe. Here we go. Roberto Gomez, not that far out, 41 balls out. I think, he's 60 balls. Chain. Oh, he's talking. That'll get him going here, making at least four. 4 balls on the break. Yeah, well, that'll wake him up. Wow, we haven't seen a rack run yet. If any rack can be run, it's going to be this one. He's going from the 1 to the 4. And the 5 is close by. Man, things could change quickly in this game, especially with a break like that. All right, back with us, Danny. What a break. Roberto just made 4 balls on the break, and the balls are wide open. We said we haven't seen a complete break and run. Well, we have seen it because how would somebody run 30?
I mean, no, not in this game. They haven't run 30.
No, not in this match.
Yeah. I think Roberto can still get on. You know, he's subject to start playing very well here.
Okay, Roberto with 7.
He just stopped the ball here, come 2 rails down maybe. Oh, well, excuse me, I'm wrong.
No, he has to get like where he's standing.
Yeah, I thought he could have done that pretty easily from where.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it would have been.
But he wants to get perfect, and he did. I think he wants to let his stroke out so he can try to get the stroke here.
That's a good point. That works, you know.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's playing really close there, but he got right on it. Well, he got a little funny on it, but I think he's okay overall.
Wow.
He's frustrated because he's not supposed to miss that shot, and he knows it. I think he's just tired.
Yeah. You're 100% right. Both of them are showing too.
Yeah. Well, you know, we know what happens when you play for that long, and
So we're more than 143 to 109.
he's still within striking distance. I mean, but he hasn't seemed to get on his game yet.
Well, that was one of the best breaks I've seen. 4 balls on the break without scratching by Roberto. That was something else. Playing to 200.
Right. Well, the game is moving right along, though, and it typically does.
2 hour and 30-minute pace, right? Where they're at 2 hour and 30-minute mark.
Are they now? Really?
Yes, exactly. Right on the top of the screen.
Okay. All right.
Well, both balls have made 4 balls. Yeah, they made 1 ball, but 2 balls. No, 1 ball. I thought that 4 balls.
Hit the balls hard that time, you know, a little bit more authority, and made a couple balls on the break.
So which way do you play the combinations? You play the 1-6-4, or do you play the 1-15? Which combination?
He's looking at the 115, I guess, because its position is just right there. He's got to get positioned so he can get down for the 2 in that corner, because that's the only pocket it goes in, really.
That's why it might be better to play the 3-ball. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm always looking
that's
at
a good point. But I think he's looking at it like he's going to get on it so he can get on the 2. He's going to come 2 rails. It looks like there, and straight towards the 2-ball.
Yeah, right towards that 3-ball, right? Yeah.
Well, that's the way he lined it up, but we'll wait and see what he does here. He's coming straight down, I think. Very nice.
And he gets to nudge this 10 away from the 5. That even makes it that much better.
Yeah, I think he got just about perfect on this ball.
Look at that. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to hit it too hard, just want to touch it.
But he's over a ball. He got is using his cell phone? No. I didn't think so.
I think he got what, earbuds in, huh?
Yeah, he has earbuds. This is a matter of just pocketing this ball because his 4 ball is hung up.
I look at the cue ball last on these shots.
Yeah, because if you hit that a little off center, you're going to miss it.
Right, but so many players today, Danny, you know, and I know Vitaly Pasura gets a lot of lessons up here in Chicago because he lives here, and he teaches cue ball last all the time.
Well, Jeremy Jones announced on the air one time that he looks at the cue ball last. I've never played that way.
Yeah, so many of them today. I never did either, and it's too late for me to switch.
I don't know. I think I could still try it.
I'm still trying to get used to a carbon fiber. It feels different.
Yeah, I'm playing with a carbon fiber now.
Have you gotten used to it?
Yeah, I was playing 10 ball during COVID with my friend, and I started to play pretty darn good with a carbon fiber. There is less deflection.
Wow,
great shot! He killed that with reverse English, but it went too far.
All right, he came with the last bank and went forward. He's going to have to do it again.
Yeah. Or he could go 3 rails around, but I think he's probably going to play the bank. He go 3 rails around, but I think in this case he's probably going to go play the bank and follow down 1 rail or 2 rails.
How did he hit it?
Nailed that thing. Look at this.
How did he hit it? Wow, what a great shot. Well, he's figuring that out. Take another look at the shot. Cue ball got absolutely perfect. That right there.
Beautiful shot.
Play that 9, the combination. He's going to get the angle to play the 9 in the upper right, I think.
That's where he would like to play it for sure. beautiful shot. They played that 2 rails, and it has a little angle. Really nice shot. Yeah.
No, gosh, so many great shots too. You
Yeah.
know, big break here for Roberto. John Morra up to 154. Roberto should clear these, and Roberto's going to be at 113.
He's looking at coming back. He's looking at, I can do this. I know he's tired, but
He keeps making 4 balls on the break. He's going to do it.
so tomorrow is the very ending of the tournament, isn't it?
Yes, it is. They play all 3 finals in one day.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, but there's not a lot of 9-ball tonight. They're going to play till the wee hours, I think, because they have to get down to the final 2 in the 9-ball.
But the matches go pretty quick, though, races to 9. But like you're saying, it's double elimination, and it's going to take a while. That's a nice break. The ball fly around the table.
He's breaking them well.
That's a good layout. 3 ball's a little bit funny, but
2 balls down. Yeah, he did well. Yeah, I don't see Roberto having any trouble with this rack. 7 goes in the same side as the 6, or in the bottom right. Wow.
He's just not himself right now.
He knows. You know it. I know it. He knows.
And he can't do anything about it. He's trying, Well, he couldn't wish for much more as far as the spread out 10 balls that are left.
Exactly. With the 6 being close to the 7, you got your options on the 7.
Yeah. He played in the corner, the other side, that side. There's all kinds of options for that.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Did he end on the spot?
Oh yeah, he just come right over for this 8 ball. 9 close by.
I like it that he doesn't baby shots just to make them. You know, he goes for his position on every shot.
Right, accelerates every shot.
Yes.
Well, John, looking to get to 166 after he runs these. You know what I had to get acclimated to? The fact that straight pool, you know, when I see that many balls level, he's going to have 11. No, he's going to have 12. You know, I'm leaving the ball out for the break shot, Danny.
I know.
I played so much straight pool.
You figure 14 balls a rack, yeah.
Yeah. All right. To 166. Roberto Gomez is going to go to 116. Still Roberto in it. And he's in it because he's Roberto Gomez and he does amazing things.
Yeah, he's frustrated right now, you can tell. He would give $1,000 to get on his game right now, I know that. Well, you know, John has come a long way in the last few years. I mean, coming in second, to even be invited to play in the Bigfoot and then to come in second is truly amazing. You know, Filler was in that, you know, Roland Garcia. I mean, you had the best players in the world.
Right. Shane Van Boning and, I mean, Fedor Gorst. That's just the winner, Fedor Gorst, right? So,
yeah.
Roland Garcia is really making a big showing. And same with John Morra. I think he finished pretty high in all the events.
Yes. Yeah. Well, Roland Garcia probably played the best here that we've seen, but the cloth was maybe a little bit newer. But regardless, he got on a roll, and you know he strung some racks together.
Well, he's got to control the 1 ball after making the 3. That's going to be let's see how he handles this.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll be able to hold it. Yeah.
He's going to go over there towards the 5 on the rail, maybe. But it didn't work. Hit a little bit too hard, possibly. I think he wanted it to stay right there so he could shoot it in the corner. He can play it off the rail, possibly. It's certainly a makeable shot. Efren was just fabulous at these shots.
I know. He's fabulous at all the shots.
Yeah. And he would play that ball with, Efren would play with a lot of, like a left English in that case, and hit the cue ball up the rail, so it was not as much of a cut. And I watched him play so much there at Hard Times, and he was just fabulous on those shots.
He's just a beautiful player to watch, you know. When I was living in Vegas, I lived there for 13 years, 79, 92. He came to Vegas right after his big win at Reds in Houston.
Yeah.
I played Billy and Cardone, and I was the one that he came into the Q Club. I was playing a snooker game, and I had a guy playing. I was playing him some snooker, and the counter guy came over, and they said, "There's a guy here looking to play." It was about 1 o'clock in the morning or something. There's a guy here looking to play some 9-ball. I said, "Well, let me finish this first." You know, I didn't look over at the counter. Then I looked over at the counter. There's an whole entourage of about 12, 15 guys. And I said, I got to see what
Filipinos
this is about.
probably, yeah.
Yeah, I walked over and I said, yeah, what's up? Who wants to play 9-ball? Now, I'm not stupid. 12 guys come in and only one guy's looking to play. So I called Billy, and he just had his second child, and I really didn't want to bother him, but I just had to find out. And he asked me, does the guy look Filipino? I said, Billy, I don't know what a Filipino looks like. Now I do. I said, I don't have any clue. And he said, that's Cesar Morales. He just won the tournament at Reds. He beat everyone. I said, oh, okay. So tell him I'll take the 7 and 10 ball, play him some tomorrow. I don't know if it was for 2,000. Billy says it was for 2,000. I thought it was for 5,000. I know I had 25% of the action, and I lost 5,000.
Efren, you know, his second big tournament was the one at the Sands Regency that I played in. I played in I beat Kim Davenport and Larry Hubbard.
That's strong.
And Hubbard was actually, that way he was playing good back then. I mean, Davenport was just...
You better believe it. You better believe it. Larry Hubbard, one of my favorite players of all time.
Yeah, anyway, I ambushed him probably because he wasn't expecting, anybody to play. But I played Efren my last match, and Efren was just, he lost his first match in a fluke to one of the players that was not that good. But he had to win like 13 matches in a row, and he was just decimating the Americans. I mean, it was 9-3, 9-2,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you remember they used to put the AccuStat on the matches at times, So anyway, I was playing at one of the best tournaments. 106 players. I came in 7th, 8th, the Classic Cup 5 here in Chicago. I beat good player David Howard. I was the first guy to beat Billy Johnson after he played that perfect game on... who did he beat? Buddy Hall or something? He played perfect. Well, back to anyway. So all my matches, I'm AccuStat 800 and something, and then I played Efren, and I played the name instead of the game. I don't think I got past 500 and something.
I know what you mean, but if he doesn't let you to the table, it's hard to score high. I mean, he was running. He was truly amazing. I was just mesmerized by how good he played.
Me too. It's the first time I see somebody barely hold the stick with that just feather grip.
Yeah. Well, he played Billy and Cardona after the Reds tournament, and he beat Billy soundly. I think he even gave him 7.
That was the one. I said, yeah, Billy said, get me the 7 and 10. I got it for him. Then he took the 8 in the break, and Billy lost like that. Then we put another guy in Vegas that was playing the best player playing then, and he beat that guy with giving him the 8 in the break. And then Billy, my friend called me and he says, Larry, you're not getting dumped or anything, but get out of town. You got your nose open. He said, just get out. I says, okay, I'll come up. He says, no, don't get off the phone. Keep me on the phone. I want to hear you make the plane reservation. So I made the plane reservation. And then, you know what Billy did? He had the table reclothed. So getting the 8 in the break was that much more powerful. And he made a ball on every break, and he beat Efren the one set. And Efren said, not feeling well. And he held his stomach. I don't feel good. And he left.
Well, Billy was very smart. So in the night, he had that table recovered with new cloth, and so the balls were easier to go, and he had a chance, and he ended up beating him.
Yeah, the Crystal Palace on Eastern and Bonanza in Vegas. I'll never forget it. I wasn't there for that.
You were there, okay?
Yeah. I lived in Vegas. I was there. Yeah, 100%. All right, Roberto Gomez is going to go to 121. And then he came to Chicago. I moved back to Chicago, and Billy played him here in Chicago with the 8 in the break. And it went hill. And Billy got lucky. He rubbed the ball, and it made the 9-ball dead, and Billy was able to beat Ephraim on the hill.
Yeah. Well, it was really fun to watch him play. And especially play one pocket when he learned the game of one pocket and became so good at it that he nobody in the country could beat him, and he just became a totally amazing one pocket player.
For a lot of the stuff that you said at those little cute shots, like those rail first shots and the little massays, and he did things that nobody else can do. Where most people would say, "Oh, that's the wrong shot." For Ephraim, it was the right shot.
Yeah, he did whatever he felt good about, and it turned out to be great for him.
Now, would you give this back, Danny? He didn't make a ball, okay? And look what Roberto has.
I would probably give it back, but I think Roberto was looking at, like, I got to get on a roll here. I'm not going to give it back. I'm going to shoot. He's going to try to break up. There's maybe 3 rails. 3 rails, hit the short rail, and he skinned the 2, but he didn't knock it out. And he's kind of frustrated, so he's going to be firing at these balls here, calling shots. Now he made that. I think
he got perfect.
Decent shape. He might be surprised what can happen here. He's trying to unlock the door, so he can actually get on here. Well, I was at Hard Times, watching Ephraim play, and this is like 1992, and he had a scheduled match with Grady Matthews. Mark Griffin had come down from Alaska to back Grady for $10,000, one pocket. And the first night they were going to play 9 games, and the second night 5 games, a total of 14. A race to 14. A race to 14 for 10,000. Grady won the lag, and broke and made the corner ball and ran the first rack. So it's a 1-0 Grady. Ephraim wins the next 9 racks in a row. Okay. So it's 9-1. And they play the second night, and Grady won, I think, 3 games. So
wow, I believe it.
It was just totally, I felt for Grady because it was kind of embarrassing, but Ephraim just didn't do anything wrong. I mean, I sat inside the rail. I got there early and got the perfect seat to watch it. Now, he came short, and that doesn't help his situation.
No, that's gonna stop his run right here. Unless he does amazing.
He could cut the 6, span it, and make the 8 down in the corner, but he's got to hit the ball super hard. He may be looking to do that. I'm not sure he's got another shot.
Draw into the 9 now.
Okay.
What's he calling it? What did he call?
I think he's calling the 6 ball, 2 rails in the corner. He's using reverse English.
And this is what makes this game so fascinating, because Ephraim would be making all these shots.
Look at this. Get a kiss.
He could have gotten a kiss up there, and he could have gotten a kiss that could have gotten down here, but it didn't. So Roberto Gomez is giving the table back. He made 7.
Yeah. Well, I feel for the guy. He's trying. He's doing his best. He just can't quite, gonna get on.
Well, 7 to the 8. Got to get perfect on the 7, but he has ball in hand on the 6 to do it.
He can come over as far as he wants to here because
yeah, the 9 being close by like that. And if he should run these balls, he's within a rack of striking distance. So if he breaks and runs, it's all over.
Yeah, it's just one of those nights for Roberto.
He even skinned the 9 and still made it. Well, this is the whole deal right here, 10 to 12. Right here, I'm playing to actually kind of play. If it doesn't go, just play for the 12 in the side, the right side. Let's see what he does.
Yeah.
But it must go.
I got to step off for a second here.
Well, it is close, but even this is where you'd want to be if you really got to just hit it slowly and take advantage of the pocket a little bit. Hard to take advantage of a 4 1/8 inch pocket. Oh, it went the way he drew it back. Wow, absolutely not perfect. All right, back with us, Danny K.
I'm sorry. Okay, I am back. I lost my feed, but it's okay. I'll still chime in.
All right. Well, you really didn't miss anything. You have John Morra going to be within a rack of closing this out.
Well, I'm glad to see John playing as well as he's playing. He's certainly capable of being world champion, you know.
No doubt. 127 for Roberto, 185 for John. Well, Roberto, will we see Roberto appear again? All right, here we go. Hold on tight. This break is huge. Ball down. 2 balls down. John Morra needing 13, but he has his work cut out. I'll tell you what, when they get close to the finish line, like it was for Roberto, where Shane only needed 2 or something, I mean, where if you do anything wrong, your opponent has ball in hand to close it out.
Well, Shane needed 1.
Oh, okay.
And,
so that even makes it worse.
Yeah, and so Roberto knew if he missed, the game was over because Shane had ball in hand. So when he missed that cut down the rail, it was all over.
Yeah. It's like playing straight pool and run 100 and out, or you lose.
Yeah. Straight pool. They did some research on the balls pocketed. Most of the balls in straight pull are pocketed in the 2 corner pockets. Yeah, and you got a couple that are pocketed in the side, and then maybe 1 per rack that's pocketed down in one of the 2 corners on the opposite end. So straight pull is basically played in that little quadrant down in where the rack is. I mean, that's a great game. Don't get me wrong, but anyway.
Yeah, I used to hear that from all the old timers, like Irving Crane was so great at that. He minimized the cue ball movement. Everything was stop, stop, stop. And,
Yes. Well, Willie Mosconi had a burning average that was so much higher than everybody else's,
and it wasn't that high. It wasn't that high, considering, right?
It was high. It was high compared to everybody else's.
16, 15?
It was like 15, but most of the players were 8, 9, 10, at most. But he was that much better than everybody else.
Did you ever get to see him play when he was in his prime?
I did not. No, I didn't. I met him one time, and that was it. That was at Hard Times. He was there doing an exhibition when he was older,
Yeah, it was sad. It was like throwing a fighter that's over the hill into the ring. I didn't like it. He did that at the Sands, the last tournament Louis Roberts was at about a week before he died. And they put Mosconi out there to shoot trick shots, and he couldn't do it. And I just,
I know. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that.
I think I saw I think I saw Louis Roberts at the bar in that tournament. Anyway,
at the Sands or
at the Sands in Reno.
Oh no, the Sands in Vegas was the one that he was at about a week before he died.
I see. Okay. Then I got that wrong then. The Sands Regency was the in Reno. That tournament went on for years and years, every 6 months.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's all going to be about what he does with this 8 in the side, how he breaks these balls out and gets to the 9. So there's a good look at it. He doesn't want to scratch, and it looks like it's like a close to a scratch in the side. Let's see what happens, because he's going to go forward. All right, not even close, but he tucked away which ball is that? 15? All right, Roberto playing for 4 balls. Would I call it points or balls then?
You can call them either one, like straight pool.
Look outside. play for 3, and it's getting funny. I'd have to go up to the middle and play the combination. I mean, that's the right.
I'm offline at the moment. Anyway, so Roberto's at the table?
No, now he is. And Roberto and John Morra is at 197 to 127. Roberto's getting it like one last chance. And he's looking up. Roberto looks like, I'm not out. You know, he doesn't feel he's out of it.
Well, that's great.
It's all going to be about Roberto's break, Danny, you know, just like if he's going to keep it going, and of course the way he plays, and he has to step it up a lot of notches of how he's playing. So Roberto Gomez to 130, he needs 70, so he has to run 73 and out probably to win this.
More than likely, yeah.
Well, here we go. Roberto Gomez breaking, trailing 197 to 130. Looks like Nick Varner at the door, walking in the room.
Oh, yeah?
Our Hall of Famer, one of the better players ever lived. Nick Varner. Good to see Nick. Real
Absolutely,
great guy.
He's one of the best players ever.
Well, I think we're not going to see Roberto anymore. It's ball in hand, and John Morra needing 3 points, but he has to make the one in the side, come from the 2 all the way back up to the end rail, from one rail to get on that. But he's going to play the combination, which I'm a little surprised. I think I'd be playing the 1 in the left side and then playing the 2 to come up for the 3. Here, this is the only way it could get tricky, is playing the combination. I mean, he must see a different picture than I see.
Well, he's kind of got it in the bag, it looks like, anyway.
We're going to see. This is the combination. This is it. This is it. What's going to happen? He missed the combination. Roberto's still in it. I'll never understand, I mean, for the life of me, why he didn't play it in the side. Unless he goes, okay, let's give Roberto one more crack and really punish him and let him. No.
Sometimes you just feel good about a shot, you know, so you shoot it anyway. And sometimes
I guess that's exactly what it was. But he has his work cut out. I mean, just this rack, I mean. Look out, slow down. All right, this is going to be a wrap in a second. Roberto scratch. So Roberto's going to go back to 129. And the 2 get spotted. So that might change it a little bit. I don't know how that ball is on the spot. If it's going to, no, he has a shot.
He has a shot.
Playing for 3 points. And he has to go from the spot to the ball on the middle of the end rail, the 3 ball. And let's see if we can see where the 4 is. If it's, and the 4
needs 3, right?
Yep. But I mean, it's work cut out. I mean, you still got to get him. No kidding here. I mean, he's still got to get them. Now we're the four. The four is down here. He's got to go from up and down. Now he's got to go from the middle of the end rail back down to the other rail. Play for two. I'll tell you, I wouldn't bet he gets out. That's for sure. I'm dead serious. Very tough action. Very tough. Is he going to scratch? He scratched. So John Morra now scratched. So now John Morra, I kind of gave it to him. So John Morra won, and he's down to 196 on his total score.
But didn't he make one ball?
He has one to the good. 2 balls down in this rack. Now Roberto has 2.
Okay.
Well, I think he got out of line here. He's calling it straight back, I believe. The 6 ball. Yeah, he can't see it. So this is it. Big shot here. He didn't get there. These, I think he's going to close out.
He should.
Ball, yeah, 6 is in front of the side. 7 is close by. And the 8 is in the middle of the table.
I think it would be merciful if he just ends the game right here.
Yeah, exactly. I think Roberto Gomez is pulling for John Morra right now.
I think so. He's playing.
Well,
sometimes you get tired and you can't.
He came
play,
one short, but we'll give it to him. He came. It's okay. All right, there you have it. John Morra defeats Roberto Gomez 200 to 134. And I'm Larry Schwartz. Danny, it's really been a pleasure.
It has been a pleasure, my friend.
I'm so glad we got to introduce this game and really get it out there in a big way. And, I really hope and I think it will catch on. So,
I hope so as well. I really do. And you can also play 10 ball in this game or 9 ball and just count the points, so weaker players can play this as well.
That's great. That's great to know. So, you've been watching K-Ball and listening to the founder, inventor of the game, Danny K. Danny, a real pleasure, doing commentary with you. Hope to
pleasure
do
for me
you
too
very
as well.
soon.
Yeah, it sounds great, Larry. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks everyone for joining us. Larry Schwartz, Danny K from Pool Action TV. We've been watching we've been coming to you live from the Aramith Action Room right here at the Derby City Classic here in Elizabeth, Indiana at Caesars. And, if something jumps up, we're going to be there. But, this is our last evening, and we'll be back with you at the John Wayne Wednesday in Indianapolis. You don't want to miss that. A lot of great things happening on Pool Action TV. Check the schedule, poolactiontv.com. Check it out. You can follow us. All right, everyone. Good night.